Now, New Zealand has been viewed as a silent spectator when it comes to matters involving China, but the recent signing of a pact seems to have changed that. We're talking about the controversial pact signed by China and the Solomon Islands, which has alarmed the United States and its allies. Let's just first take you through the details of this deal and tell you where all the players stand here. As part of the deal, Solomon Islands will be allowing now Chinese naval deployments on its territory. The island has described the pact as a normal bilateral development initiative that is yet to be formalized. The island's Prime Minister asserts that the agreement is necessary to deal with the internal security situation. However, the West thinks that this move is likely to have far-reaching consequences. The United States and its allies think that it is Beijing's other tactic to solidify its foothold in the South Pacific region. How exactly will the pact affect the West? In more than one ways. Now, Solomon Islands used to be an ally of Australia, so much so that a security treaty signed in the year 2017 allowed Australian troops to be deployed in the island during any emergency. But Solomon Islands shifted its stance and leaned towards China. With so-called infamous decision called the switch, the island's loyalties now seem to be with China, and this gives Beijing a chance to now expand its influence. How exactly, with its increasing influence in Solomon Islands, can China essentially block vital shipping lanes? The United States and its allies have been united against China. Just last year, we saw the creation of AUKUS. However, New Zealand has been moderate and even absent, but not any longer. New Zealand's tone on the security situation and Beijing's growing presence in South Pacific, it is now toughened. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has described the pact as gravely concerning. She called on Solomon Islands to discuss it with the Pacific Islands Forum. During a US-New Zealand business summit, Ardern said, I'm quoting here, "What is really changing around us is the level of assertiveness and aggression we see in the region." In the past, New Zealand has shied away from criticizing China. The question is, why is New Zealand tight-lipped about China when its allies have been vocal in slamming the country? As per analysts, this is because New Zealand heavily relies on China for trade. The two countries also maintain close economic relationship. New Zealand might have limited military capabilities, but in terms of soft power in the Pacific, the island nation is stronger than its allies. New Zealand has strong ties when it comes to business, sports, culture. It needs a free and open Indo-Pacific to protect trade connections. Just a year back, the Five Eyes alliance that includes the United States, Australia, Britain, Canada questioned the fifth member, that is New Zealand's position. There has been criticism, accusations that New Zealand underestimates the security risk posed by China. But now Ardern's government has sent out a clear signal that it shares similar concerns as the United States and Australia. In fact, New Zealand's budget, which will be New Zealand's budget, which will be announced on Thursday, is likely to give further details on this standing as well.
Cooperation in the field of technology.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.